essentially that I think you're trying to balance when you are baking cakes for a charity such as this. You're trying to make something that tastes good, something that is structurally sound, and something that's pretty. Those are the three things that you're shooting for anytime you accept a cake request. So when I say something has to taste good, I mean that also means it has to be food safe. You have to make sure that your cake has like the least amount of milk or dairy products so things don't spoil. Also, you're looking for things that are structurally sound because sometimes your cake will melt, and if it melts and then all of a sudden it ruins the design, imagine opening up that cake and then all of a sudden the Cookie Monster looks like this. We also are trying to make something pretty. Two of the cakes that I did was a guitar cake. A kid wanted a guitar cake. It was my first cake. I enjoyed making your cake. I would make it again, even though I believe you deserve better. And then the next one I made was an adoption cake, and that's where it really hit home for me of like, you are trying to make something that is pretty. I had a lot of problems with my cake. So every cake request has really shown me that baking is a science, but it's also an art. And I don't think baking actually gets that type of consideration. I still try to get creative if my baking does not come out perfectly. I don't really actually believe in like rebaking or starting over. I actually think that's a waste of food. Then I get like creative with my icing or design to kind of hide that. My district, there's not really a lot of participation. There's a lot of cake requests out there, and they typically come from social work facilities. I just went to drop off, she said 5 kids were getting adopted, and I was like, I saw that, and I seen that they are all siblings because they all had very similar names. Cake requests are really fun. You're telling me that you don't want to make a chocolate Spider-Man cake for a 6-year-old at a group home? That's amazing! I got your Spider-Man cake. There was a Pokemon cake. There was this really cool Taylor Swift cake. I wanted to make this design of it because it looks so pretty. And I'm not even a big Taylor Swift fan, but the cake that I saw was really pretty and I wanted to make it. But you pay for all of the decorations and all of the packaging actually that they require for you to have. They don't want any cake or any kid to receive more attention than, the other. So they have specific packaging just to make sure that everything is uniform, but you pay for that. So you pay for the cake boxes or the cupcake box, or I get really creative with my boxing so it doesn't become too expensive, but it does add up. You also have to put a cake board in. So I got a basic request of just chocolate cupcakes with white frosting, chocolate cupcakes with white frosting, chocolate cupcakes with white frosting, and strawberry cupcakes with chocolate frosting. No decorations, please. That is what was given to me. I still wanted them to recognize that each one of these cupcake sets, even though they were very similar, were still made for them. And so you have to be creative with that when you can't use any decorations. So what I did, I gave them different cupcake holders. So, you know, this Bill, even though they're Punjabi, so they're not Bill, but we're just gonna go with, ooh, I can choose any name I want. Naruto, he got orange cupcake holders. Sasuke got blue cupcake holders, and Sakura got pink cupcake holders. And let's go with Choji, got yellow cupcake holders. Another thing I did, other than changing the cup color that they had, is when I put them inside the box, I gave them each different like spacing inside the box. So when you open it, there's going to be different structures too. So each cake still had very much a structure to it. Each cake has to come with a message. So, you know, congratulations, happy birthday, are usually the only two that I've gotten. To buy decorations where you're like sticking things inside the cupcakes or any type of cake, that's an extra cost. I'm telling you to be as cost effective as possible. So I only use things that I already have as messages. What should you call that? Cupcake fillers? You scoop the cupcake in? Those, I use those as my messages. So I wrote on the back, said congratulations, or I flipped it over and I put congratulations. And then the other one I flipped over and I used different colored pins, so at least their messaging was also individualized. I want them to know that they are individuals. They are a family and they're all are being adopted, but they also are very much individuals. Anyways, Cake for Kids has been fun, and there's a lot to consider when you are joining, because it's not as simple as something very cute and sweet of, you know, I want to bake a cake for a kid, like how I thought. There's a lot of things that you have to think about when it actually becomes in the real world and outside of your mind of, let me help a kid. I have a lot of fun doing it, and I wish more people do it. I would love to throw like a party where like you would come over and you would bake a cake for a kid, and then like we would box them all up, and then we would, you know, all take it home, and then when it was our time to deliver, we would go and deliver these cakes, or I would deliver it if people didn't have the opportunity. My name is Temperance Talley, and I'll catch you in the next one. So long, Hotman.